Hey everyone, Cyclone here from CYCIEprodz on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope even more that my doctor appointment with this new spine doctor tomorrow goes really well, and I'm hoping he can help me out. But anyways, let's get to the matter at hand, shall we? If you read the title to this video, which I'm going to assume you did, you're probably thinking that I've lost my mind, that I'm now certifiably nuts. But I'm going to get into it why it's not as crazy as you might assume. Everybody wants to know what's up next for Oleksandr Usyk. Well, his manager pretty much has let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. Usyk is not going to be fighting till the early fall. So it's a while. Now, everybody says Daniel Dubois is up next for him. But here's the deal. Daniel Dubois, February 22nd, has to get through Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is a live dog in that fight. I smell the upset there. I don't know necessarily if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker. I really don't. Now, that IBF strap that Usyk wants to once again become undisputed at heavyweight is going to be up in limbo for a while. Saying that there isn't some, rematch clause that gets put into effect in that fight, the mandatory number one contender will be the winner of the Martin Bakole-Efe Ajagba fight. So now you're holding up that IBF strap for a while. And you're not going to keep Usyk on the sidelines all that time. Okay? You're just not. So I'm going to break down and go over why everybody else isn't a good matchup. Okay? Well, obviously Anthony Joshua, obviously Tyson Fury, they're both out of the equation. Deontay Wilder. I'd like to see that fight, but let's face facts. Deontay is not half of what he was. Plus, Wilder is talking Jarrell Miller. He is talking maybe the Andy Ruiz fight that's been talked about like forever. And he's talking Francis Ngannou. Now, with all due respect to my man Big George Foreman and Ernie Shavers, two hardest hitters in combat sports ever are Deontay Wilder and Tyson and Francis Ngannou. Okay. So I'd like to see that scrap for Wilder. Zhang fights Agid Kabayel in the end of February, so he's not in rotation. So you could say Filip Hrgović is a possibility. Well, he's coming off of a loss to Daniel Dubois. It's slim pickings now, right? For who could be next for Usyk. So I'm telling you, don't say I'm crazy about this. Don't start laughing out loud. But Kubrat Pulev is right now on a 3-fight win streak since his split decision loss to Derek Chisora. Yes, he was a better amateur fighter than he's been as a pro fighter. But Usyk's been facing giants, okay, with AJ and with Fury, 4 of the last 5 fights. He has to start fighting guys again normal-esque size, and that's Kubrat Pulev. Pulev only has a 1-inch height and a 1-inch reach advantage over Usyk. Okay. Pulev wants a chance at a main belt, which has eluded him his whole entire career. The only person to completely wreck Pulev was Klitschko. Usyk is now arguably on that greats ever list. So let's see if Usyk can put Pulev down and just pepper him to death. But I think that fight's actually a lot closer than you would expect that fight to be with the names just put on pieces of paper. But I can honestly also see Usyk finishing him inside of 10 rounds. Now, it would also be a fight of two of the better nicknames, the Cobra against the Cat. I mean, who doesn't like the way that sounds? I like that. But getting back to some gist of the fight, Pulev does fight behind a really good jab. Okay, and in close, he does land a solid uppercut. Okay, he still is a good fighter, even though he plods forward. He tends to grab a lot, which is not good, but if Usyk can get through 2 fights with Fury grabbing and holding on, I think it's safe to say he could get through Pulev with the grabbing and the holding. He is vulnerable to left hands, which plays into Usyk's hands. Usyk's conditioning is going to frustrate him. He has arguably the best offensive arsenal out of any heavyweight right now, if not forever. But Usyk does get hurt to the body, and that's something that Pulev can do. So it's not as crazy, I'm telling you, as it sounds. Like I said, Pulev is still good enough, okay, to stand for a while. Like I said, I don't know if Usyk would be able to wreck him. Finish inside 10 rounds, maybe just because of him being 43 and slowing down and you know, the counter punching and the movement of Usyk just wearing him out. But yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's not as crazy as it sounds. So look, that's it. That's all I got to say. I think Pulev should be next, just as a warm-up fight to get him back in the flow of fighting, get him back in the flow of guys, quote-unquote, normal-esque height. And he's the only fighter available, which is key. So, there you have it. Once again, Cyclone, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Click the like button. Punch that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to the channel. And I guess until the next video, Cyclone saying, peace out, homies.